The information shared in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. I am not a medical doctor, and this content does not constitute medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making any changes to your diet, medication, supplements, or lifestyle. The concepts discussed are intended to explore the connection between body, mind, and overall wellness from a holistic and educational perspective. Viewers are encouraged to use their own discernment and seek professional guidance for their individual health needs. This channel complies with YouTube's community guidelines and does not promote medical misinformation or substitute professional care. The statements made in this video have not been evaluated by the FDA or any medical authority. This content is for general educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or another qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding medical attention. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have heard here. Hello and welcome back to the Pixel Tea. For most of my life, I was sick, not just physically, but energetically, emotionally, and spiritually. I was living in survival mode, full of stress and pain, confusion, and disconnection. And for years, I thought it was just my body breaking down. But what I came to realize was that my awareness, that had fallen asleep. Trauma, stress, poor diet, emotional suppression, they don't just weaken your immune system, they fragment your connection to life itself. I spent decades chasing answers through doctors, pills, and protocols until one day, after a surgery that shook me awake, I realized healing doesn't just happen in the body, it begins in awareness. 10 years ago, I made a decision not just to recover, but to understand. I started researching everything: the lymphatic system, the nervous system, trauma recovery, nutrition, and frequency medicine. I learned that the body isn't a machine that needs fixing, it's a living field that needs tuning. When you learn how to stretch, to open your lymphatic flow, when you learn how to eat, to feed your cells, not just your cravings, when you meditate and reconnect with your breath and your own internal rhythm, you begin to remember who you are. Hello and welcome back to the Pixel Tea. How's everyone doing tonight? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by, Miss Cynthia. Good to see you, Logical Spark. Thank you so much for stopping by. And Calyx, thank you for always coming in to say hello to me. It's good to see you. Had to change that up a little bit. I don't know if you guys can still even hear the music or not. Okay, let's get into this. Tonight's stream, the signal beneath the static, reclaiming your inner harmony. So, my life began to change when I realized healing wasn't outside of me. It was waiting inside of me, under the noise, under the trauma, under the constant survival stress. There was always a deeper intelligence guiding and communicating and adjusting. I just had to listen. And when I started aligning with that intelligence through awareness and movement, breath and proper nourishment, my body responded. My mind cleared and my spirit felt alive again. That's why I'm here, to share what I've learned through experience, through study, through spiritual practice. Because if you've ever felt trapped in your own body, if you've ever wondered why you're exhausted, inflamed, anxious, or disconnected, I want you to know it's not your fault. And you're not broken. You're just out of tune. And tonight's stream is about tuning back in. We're going to talk about how trauma rewires your nervous system, how diet and emotional stress affect your lymphatic flow, and how awareness, true embodied awareness, reconnects you to your natural frequency of health. Dogma is seductive because it offers safety. Certainty and belonging, but in the nervous system, dogma acts like chronic stress. When we cling to a rigid idea, the amygdala, our fear center, stays activated. The body floods with adrenaline and cortisol, narrowing our perception. We stop listening, we stop learning, we defend instead of understand. Dogma is like intellectual inflammation. It makes the mental body swollen and reactive. Now combine that with our modern environment, social media outrage, 24/7 news cycles, endless polarization, and what happens? We become addicted to being right. Algorithms exploit that addiction. They reward outrage, amplify fear, and feed us content that reaffirms what we already believe. And that's how the collective mind fractures into echo chambers of certainty. Dogma becomes not just a belief, but an identity. And when identity becomes rigid, empathy collapses. We stop seeing others as extensions of ourselves. and start seeing them as enemies. That's when violence, control, and propaganda thrive. That's when societies lose flexibility, mentally, emotionally, and economically. Dogma is not just an idea, it's a pattern of disconnection. To live beyond dogma is not to reject belief, it's to hold belief with breath. To know that truth is not a line, it's a spiral. It evolves as you do. So how do we live? How do we live this? We make choices from principles, not pressure. We stay curious instead of certain. We allow multiple truths to coexist, knowing paradox is the natural language of the cosmos. Because coherence isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. When your nervous system is calm, your emotions are open, your body is grounded, and your awareness is rhythmic. You align with the flow of creation itself. And from that place, you stop being manipulated by fear or ideology. You stop reacting, you start creating, you become sovereign, but connected. Rooted, but fluid. Awake, but humble. That's the balance, the middle path between chaos and control. Before there was light, there was vibration. Before there was matter, there was sound. And from that primordial hum, that cosmic ohm, the entire universe unfolded. So welcome back, everybody, here to the Pixel Tea, and take a deep breath. Now, imagine your body as a symphony. Blood, breath, hormones, thoughts, all playing in rhythm with the pulse of the planet. But what happens when the music goes out of tune? When our minds are flooded with static from stress, screens, and synthetic signals? That's what we're exposing today. How to realign the human instrument with the natural, magnetic, and divine frequencies that sustain all life. By the end of the stream, you'll see how your biology, your emotions, and even your spirituality are all woven through a single thread of vibration. Sound is not mystical, it's mathematical. Every tone, every rhythm, every vibration creates a pattern, a measurable dance of pressure and frequency. When your body encounters sound, it doesn't just hear it, it resonates. Your cells vibrate, your blood pulses, your nervous system synchronizes. Science calls this entrainment, the tendency of rhythmic systems to fall into step with one another. That's why your heartbeat syncs to slow music, why your brain waves align with drum beats or binaural tones, why you feel calmer when you hum. Now here's the key. It's not about secret frequencies or magic numbers. It's about resonance. Binaural beats synchronize brain hemispheres. Vibroacoustic therapy relaxes muscles and erases pain. Music therapy literally rewires the emotional centers of the brain. And yet, you don't need technology for this. Your own voice is a frequency generator. Humming activates the vagus nerve, calms your limbic system, and releases nitric oxide, a natural anti-inflammatory molecule. The sun, our central star, is not just a ball of fire. It's a massive generator of vibration and information. Every second, it sends waves of charged particles and electromagnetic pulses across space, shaping the rhythm of life on Earth. And guess what? You're made in that image. Your solar plexus, the energy center of your gut, mirrors the sun's function. It converts light, food, into energy, emotion, and vitality. It radiates warmth, your personal inner sun. Sounds between 120 Hz and 136 Hz resonates with this area, stabilizing the gut-brain connection, balancing cortisol, and enhancing digestion and mood. When you breathe deeply, hear and hum a low tone, you're syncing your inner sun to the cosmic one. Hydrogen, the sun's core element, is also the foundation of your body's water, DNA, and energy metabolism. It's the same building block in the stars and in your cells, so when you meditate in sunlight or chant as dawn breaks, you're literally syncing your inner frequencies with solar consciousness. It's not just poetry, that's physics and prayer dancing together. Every living being is wired into Earth's magnetic field. There's a natural heartbeat pulsing through the planet, 7.83 Hz, known as the Schumann resonance. That frequency is not random. It's the same rhythm found in our alpha brain waves, our heartbeat patterns, and even the vagal tone of calm, regulated breathing. It's nature's Wi-Fi, slow, stable, and grounding. But here's the plot twist. In the modern world, we're surrounded by frequencies millions of times stronger. Phones, satellites, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all emitting chaotic electromagnetic fields. Now, I'm not saying we toss out our tech, but we must recognize what it's doing. These artificial fields disrupt coherence. Our cells start listening to the noise instead of the natural signal. Our hormones spike and crash. Our sleep fragments. Our intuition dulls. It's like trying to meditate while standing next to a jet engine. And symbolically, doesn't that reflect the mental noise of our times? Too many notifications, too many opinions, too many frequencies pulling our attention away from that inner hum of truth. So let's bring this to life. Imagine sound as liquid geometry. Vibration shaping water, air, and tissue. Every time you listen to music, chant, or hum, you're literally sculpting your internal waters. Your heart rate adjusts to rhythm, your breathing synchronizes, your vagus nerve hums in resonance. That's why drumming, singing, and singing bowls and chanting exist across every spiritual culture. They knew that sound heals. Low frequency rhythms, 1 to 8 Hz, can induce meditative states. They slow brain waves, open intuition, and dissolve anxiety. When your cells vibrate with coherence, your emotions follow. When your voice resonates with gratitude, the entire electromagnetic field of your body brightens. So, when you chant, sing, or simply hum to yourself, you're reprogramming your biology through resonance. For centuries, we were taught that reality happens to us, that fate, circumstances, and chance rule our lives. But the awakening mind begins to sense a deeper truth. Reality happens through us. We are not spectators of creation, we are instruments through which it sings. Becoming the signal reveals how thought, emotion, and biology intertwine as one living frequency, a field of creation emanating from every cell, every breath, every belief. It bridges neuroscience, quantum physics, and spiritual awareness to show that we are not passive receivers of reality, but activate transmitters shaping it in every moment. So what does it mean to truly live in coherence with that field? It means we stop fighting nature's timing. We align with her rhythms. We rise with the light. We sleep with the darkness. We eat living foods that carry natural magnetism. We hydrate with intention. We speak words that create peace and not chaos. Breath in harmony with your heartbeat. When we do this, our body becomes a living antenna. We begin to receive, not just mentally, but energetically, guidance, creativity, and intuition. Your gut bacteria, your blood cells, your neurons all become a choir singing the same note, coherence. And in that coherence, emotion becomes wisdom. Breath becomes your prayer. Life becomes communication with the divine field. Have you ever felt anxiety or sadness and thought, this is just in my head? And what if I told you it's also in your blood? That your thoughts have texture and your emotions flow literally through your bloodstream. The mind is not separate from the blood. The blood is the liquid through the thought of the body. Tonight we're going to explore the hidden symphony between your gut, your hormones, your breath, and your mind. Because when one of these instruments falls out of tune, it doesn't just affect your mood, it affects everything. The journey begins by unveiling the illusion of a fixed external world. Through the lens of the quantum field, we learn that reality is not a solid construct, but a responsive mirror, one that reflects the signals of our consciousness. Every thought, every emotion, every expectation sends a vibration into this invisible matrix, determining what form reality will take. Most people unconsciously emit distorted signals, affirming abundance while feeling lack, praying for peace while holding tension. This internal contradiction scrambles the frequency and perpetuates chaos. Real creation begins not with effort or words, but with energetic coherence, the alignment of mind, body, and heart into a single harmonic field. When the heart's emotion and the mind's thought synchronize, the body becomes a transmitter of pure intent. Science now shows that the heart generates the strongest electromagnetic field in the body, capable of influencing patterns in our environment. This is the essence of becoming the signal, where inner frequency precedes and directs our outer form. What if there's something even more subtle, an invisible field that connects everything? Ancient mystics called it the ether or akasha. Today, quantum physicists describe it as the quantum field, a sea of information and energy from which all matter emerges. Think of it as divine Wi-Fi, always transmitting but only accessible when you quiet the static of the mind. This is what prayer, meditation, and gratitude do. They're not just spiritual acts, they are tuning mechanisms. They make you receptive to the divine frequency that always is broadcasting. Symbolically, it's the same pattern. You can't stream God through bad reception. Your mind has to become a clear, still, and magnetically aligned. I hope the music isn't too loud for you guys. Let me know in the live chat if it seems to be overpowering my voice, and I'll turn it down. So when you align with the ether, intuition heightens, synchronicities multiply. You begin to live in what many call flow state, not forced, but attuned. This is the sacred intersection between physics and faith. The second movement of this teaching explores vibration as the language of life itself. Our energy is not mystical, it is measurable, tangible, and biological. Even thought and feeling alters our hormonal balance, our breath, rhythm, our magnetic field. Awareness becomes the guardian of energy, the quiet witness that can reclaim attention from an unconscious loops of fear and fatigue. Thank you, Calix. I appreciate you letting me know that. True power, it reveals, exists only in the now. Presence is not stillness, it is precision. The art of placing one's energy exactly where one chooses it to flow. Though mindful breath, sensory awareness, and emotional regulation, scattered attention returns home, and the nervous system begins to harmonize. The teaching grounds this in the body. Movement as medicine, energy like water, it must circulate. Dance, stretch, walk, breathe, these are not trivial acts, but sacred resets that transmute stagnation into vitality. One learns to curate their vibrational environment to create spaces, sounds, and relationships that reflect coherence rather than chaos. Generosity and compassion emerge as the highest technologies of vibration. Every act of kindness signals unity to the quantum field. Giving is not loss, it is resonance. Through giving, one harmonizes with abundance itself. So now let's talk about divine communication, the language of the universe. It's not English, it's not Latin, it's mathematics and magnetism. Mathematics gives form, Fibonacci spirals, the golden ratio, sacred geometry, the fingerprints of order. Magnetism gives life, the unseen current animating those forms. Together, they create everything. Mathematics is God's grammar. Magnetism is God's tone of voice. When the ancients spoke of the Logos, the word that formed creation, they were describing vibration, organizing matter. Every sound, every thought, every emotion has a magnetic frequency. That means your words literally sculpt the electromagnetic field around you. So when you speak in fear, your body contracts. When you speak in gratitude, your field expands. Your blood chemistry changes, your brain synchronizes. This is not metaphorical, it's measurable. You are an instrument, and your emotions are frequencies tuning your field. Let's check on this chat. Calix, it looks like you're on board with everything that I'm saying so far. I saw that you posted this. You drank you made yourself like a tea. It was with this chicken broth, cayenne pepper, sliced ginger, minced garlic, and lemon, and you garnished it with lemon. You know, that sounds like an amazing cleansing for your gut. So I do that, but not all at once. So I bet you that if you were not feeling well, it probably cleansed things out in your stomach. That's for sure. Okay. Good to see you, Landry. Thanks for stopping in. And you know darn well I'm not your favorite channel. Don't lie. Okay. So let's get back to this. We're going to talk about the gut, which seems to be the forgotten gateway, but it is potentially the descent into our wholeness. So the final revaluation returns to the foundation of embodiment, the gut, the first brain, and the true gateway to awakening. Here, spirituality becomes physiology. Before intuition opens the crown, it must rise through the belly, the seat of primal intelligence. The gut is more than digestion. It is a biocosmic network of neurons, microbes, and electromagnetic currents that sense reality before the mind interprets it. When the body is in defense, when the gut is clenched in fear or unprocessed emotion, higher awareness cannot ascend. Awakening, therefore, requires safety in the nervous system. Breath, fasting, emotional release, and mindful nourishment purify this inner circuitry. Ancient mystics knew this. They tended the body as a temple, preparing it to carry higher frequencies. The enteric nervous system and vagus nerve form the divine conduit, carrying the song of energy from gut to heart to the crown. The mesentery, the golden web that holds the intestines, becomes the living fabric of light, transmitting life force throughout the human field. True ascension is not escape, but integration, descending into the body, softening the belly, digesting stored pain, and allowing the body's intelligence to lead. When the gut hums in harmony, the heart opens and the mind becomes clear as glass. And I just want to say that I felt inspired to pull this information that I've had together based off of the conversations that I've seen happening and what we call the panelverse here on YouTube, which are just live panels of people coming together and having conversations about all different types of topics. And in my last stream, I talked about the brain. And I noticed, and I was quite honored that Modern Men lost again. And OTW News had played my video. And I received a lot of positive feedback. And quite truthfully, I wasn't expecting that. So OTW News had played a video from Santos Bonacci interviewing a gentleman about water. And that made me go back to my own notes and my journals and some of the books that I have, along with conversations with Esra, and her channel is Mindful Exposures. And I thought that I would get started on this path of integrating these topics, and starting off here on my channel. And I look forward to doing some future interviews and panels with Esra and maybe OTW News or anybody else that would be interested. I'd be more than happy to do it. So this is what inspired me. So let's go back to this. So have you ever had one of those days where you just feel, for lack of a better way of describing it, as feeling nothing? Like your emotions went offline. You're not sad, you're not happy, you just feel blank. Maybe you can't cry, maybe you feel flat, detached, or like you're floating outside your own body. At the scariest part, you don't even know why. And like I said earlier, you're not broken. What you're feeling is your nervous system's way of protecting you. So tonight I'm going to try my best to explain why that happens. And hopefully in a gentle way to help you feel again. So let's start here. Emotional numbness isn't a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign that your body's doing exactly what it was designed to do, protect you from overwhelm. When we go through too much stress, loss, or trauma, our nervous system can't keep running at full power forever. It shuts things down like a circuit breaker. You might feel detached, like life's happening in a movie you're just watching, Have you guys ever felt that way? I know I have. This is your freeze response, also called the dorsal vagal state in the nervous system. Animals use it to survive, and humans do too. So before you try to fix it, take a breath. The part of you that went numb was only trying to help you survive. So the numbness can show up for a lot of reasons. Overwhelm or trauma, when your emotions are too big, your mind disconnects to protect you. Grief, sometimes loss, doesn't come out as tears, but as silence. Chronic stress, your nervous system gets tired of running, so it powers down. Depression, that flatness where joy and sadness both vanish. And for some of us, it's a learned habit. When emotions weren't safe in childhood, we learned to shut them off. And maybe you've carried that habit into adulthood without even realizing it. But here's the truth. What was once a survival strategy doesn't have to be your permanent state. Good to see you, GT. Emotional numbness is kind of my life, I think. Well, truthfully, this day and age, as in others, but particularly in this day and age with so much stimulation, it makes sense to me as to why a lot of us are feeling this way. Most people try to think their way out of numbness or force themselves to feel something, and neither works. The first step is curiosity. Instead of demanding, why can't I feel? Ask, what does this numbness feel like? Where is it in my body? Is it heavy? Is it cold? Is it buzzing? You might discover subtle sensations you've been too afraid to notice. Remember, even numbness is a feeling. It's your body saying, let me rest for a minute. Because numbness lives in the body, not the mind, we heal it through the body. Try grounding through your senses. Touch something textured, feel your feet against the floor, listen to sound far away, then close by. Peter Levine, a trauma expert, has a simple practice. Stand in the shower and notice how water hits each part of your body. Feel it on your shoulders, your chest, your back. That's you teaching your nervous system it's safe to feel again. Movement helps too. Walk, stretch, or even dance a little. You're not trying to force feeling, you're inviting it like sunlight waking up on a sleeping flower. I personally do this as a practice for myself when I go to bed and I lay down. I speak to myself out loud, and then I do breath work techniques that I have. But before I do that, there's certain stretches that I do before I even lay down in my bed. But I make sure that I speak to all the different parts of my body to relax it, to connect my mind and my body together, and to remind the body that it's safe. And then my breathing, and I relax and I fall asleep. So when we feel safe, our emotions start to return naturally. So, even right now, look around your space that's around you. Notice what tells your body, I'm safe enough. It might be your breath, the sound of your pet nearby, a warm drink in your hands. Safety doesn't always mean happy. It means your body isn't under attack. It means your system can relax enough to let feeling back in. Try saying out loud, I'm safe enough to feel what I feel. Or something like, I'm allowed to feel nothing right now. Both statements are powerful reprogramming tools for the brain. Sometimes the numbness is guarding a deeper emotion, like I mentioned before, grief, anger, fear, or even love. You don't have to dig it out. Just acknowledge it. So you can say, thank you, numbness, for protecting me. And then ask, what are you trying to protect me from? When your system feels safe, that emotion might begin to surface on its own, gently, without pressure. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. Healing takes time and support helps. A therapist, a somatic practitioner, or even a trusted friend can hold space while you reconnect. And here's a trick. If you can't feel the emotion, try to act it out. Pretend you're an actor playing the part. If it's sadness, imagine what sadness would sound like, move like, or breathe like. Cry if you can. Yell in a pillow. I do it from time to time, I'm not going to lie. Shake your hands. I do that all the time too when I'm frustrated. Let your body rehearse the emotion of the feeling. This signals to your nervous system, it's okay. We can feel and survive. So remember, numbness is not your enemy. It's a message, a protector, and it says you've been through too much and I've been holding together for you. You can kind of thank it. You can rest with it, and slowly, with curiosity, movement, and safety, you can thaw the ice and feel warmth again. You don't have to rush. You don't have to fix yourself. You're already healing just by listening. The deep connection between the body, the emotions, and the cosmos. Across every culture, sages and healers said the same thing in different languages, that our emotions aren't random. They're elemental forces living with our organs, mirroring the patterns of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Good to see you, Red. You and I are going to get together soon. For the audience tuning in, I will be doing an interview with the Research Throne, also known as Red Squid X, and his X-Files. So tune in for that. Good to see you, Hurricane. Salutes, salutes. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully you guys can just sit back and relax and listen in on this little presentation that I have for all of us. So let's see here. This was something that I put together. These are these charts of information, the 4 emotions and their universal parallels. So this is just a chart of emotions and virtue, the elements, the organs, the Taoist Chinese medicine, the Vedic, Egyptian and Hermetic, Kabbalistic, Abrahamic, Jungian, psychological archetypes, symbolic alchemical metals, and transformative lessons. So it's a lot of information in here. So let's just briefly talk about what this is talking about. Wrench me up right quick, Queen. Are you not wrenched up, Red? Okay. Hold on just a moment, folks. Give me just a minute, okay? Okay, Red, hopefully we've got you set up now with your wrench. I don't know why you don't have your wrench. Excuse me for a second. I had to go over to my phone and wrench Red up for a minute. Okay, so let's get back to this. So, okay, the deep connection between the body, the emotions, and the cosmos. So across every culture, sages and healers said the same things in different languages, that our emotions aren't random storms in the mind. They are elemental forces living within our organs, mirroring the patterns of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And imagine this. Fear isn't just in your head, it flows in your kidneys and the waters of your body. Grief moves through the lungs like wind carrying away old breath. And anger burns in your liver, waiting to be refined into vision. Worry circles in your spleen, but when balanced, it becomes foresight. And joy radiates from your heart, the inner sun. So let's trace these energies from the emotional to the elemental, from the biological to the cosmic, and learn how the same hydrogen that fuels the stars also fuels our cells, our consciousness, and our emotional life. Okay. Ever notice that you sleep differently around a full moon? Or feel strangely restless when the solar storms hit? That's not just imagination, it's biology responding to cosmic weather. Solar storms, those flares of charged particles, temporarily alter Earth's magnetic field. That ripple affects animal migrations, satellite systems, and human heart rhythms. We are, after all, electromagnetic beings. When the Earth's field fluctuates, our internal compass responds. Supermoons, too, when the moon's gravity tugs a bit closer, subtly shifts the tides, including the water within us. It's a reminder that we're 70% water living under a cosmic tide. When solar and lunar energies synchronize, like during eclipses or equinoxes, it's nature's reminder to pause, reset, and attune. Symbolically, the sun represents light and consciousness, the moon, emotion, and water. Their dance is the eternal conversation between clarity and feeling, the cosmic version of your own mind and heart. So when the world above synchronizes, it's an invitation for your inner world to do the same. Here's an ancient emotional chart and map of the body. So we'll go back to that. So if you're interested, go ahead and pause it for a moment. Let me take this off for just a minute and look into it. I put a lot of work into it. Let's check out this chat. Okay. What's up, Cynthia? How do you feel in peace times? Did she say anything to you about that yet? Not yet. Okay. GT says, makes sense. Stress does have a negative effect on the physical body. Indeed, it does. The meth down under got people tripping. Man, all this stuff that they've been putting out there in these streets these days, it makes perfect sense to me as to why. They don't want us to be cognitively sound, that's for sure. So in Taoist and your Vedic systems, emotions are not psychological accidents. They are energetic signatures. Each has its home, its element, and its virtue. So let's walk through them. Fear in the kidneys, the water in the moon. When you feel fear, your body contracts inward. Your kidneys regulate this inward motion, managing survival and trust. In balance, fear becomes wisdom, the calm awareness of what lies in the depths. In Chinese myth, the black tortoise guards the north, teaching stillness. And in Hinduism, Varuna governs the cosmic waters, the unseen boundaries. So grief in the lungs, metal, air, and mercury. And this goes back to the other chart that I had before, but I wanted to bring up the emotional organ relationship roots in Eastern philosophy. So this is the one that I had up prior. So grief belongs to breath. Every exhale is a release. When we grieve consciously, we make room for courage. Niobe weeps into stone. The white buffalo woman brings renewal after loss, and Egyptian rituals of weighing the heart show grief as purification. Anger in the liver, the element of wood and fire, and the planet Mars. So anger is fire under pressure. It can destroy or transform. When refined, it becomes compassion and purpose. Thor's thunder, Agni's sacred flame, Shango's justice, all show that anger, when mastered, becomes vision. Worry in the spleen, the element of the earth and the planetary system of Venus. So worry, when excessive, drains our center. But when grounded, it becomes care, foresight, and nourishment. It's Demeter mourning his daughter, but from that grief, the harvest returns. So joy in the heart, fire and sun. Joy is expansion, the fire of life. It's Ra at dawn, Surya's chariot, or Christ's light. When balanced, joy brings illumination, the pure radiance of being alive. Each emotion is an element in motion. None are bad, each has a rhythm, a waveform that moves through body and cosmos. When they stagnate, disease appears. When they flow, wisdom emerges. Close your eyes for a moment. Which emotion feels most present in your body right now, and where do you feel it? Don't analyze it, just notice. Okay, so our emotions don't arise randomly. They rise and fall with the same rhythms that govern tides and stars. The ancients observed this through cosmic timing. The spring equinox, the liver and wood, anger transforms into growth, the energy of renewal. And the summer solstice, heart and fire, joy peaks, life force radiates. Autumn equinox, the lungs and the metal. Grief brings harvest and release. The winter solstice is the kidneys and the water. Fear invites introspection and rest. Even planetary retrogrades echo this flow. Mercury retrograde revisits grief and communication, and Saturn retrograde stirs reflection on fear and structure. Venus retrograde re-examines care and attachment. Each lunar cycle mirrors emotional tides. The new moon, stillness, kidney, water, energy, and reflection. And a full moon is the release for the lungs, breath, and emotional overflow. So your emotions are celestial weather. You don't control them. You learn to read and sail through them. So what phase are you in right now? Are you guys in growth, release, stillness, or illumination? Where does that show up in your body? So let's go a little deeper into the atomic and cosmic connection. Hydrogen, the simplest element, is the spark of creation. One proton, one electron, a polarity dancing around unity. In the heart of the stars, hydrogen fuses into helium, releasing light and life. In our cells, hydrogen drives energy production and carries life through water. Symbolically, hydrogen represents consciousness itself. The proton is pure awareness, still, central, and radiant, and the electron is the orbiting thought, emotion, and experience. When thought and awareness are in harmony, light emerges, insight, clarity, and illumination. So water, meanwhile, is the carrier, the medium of memory and of vibration. It transmits signals between molecules, stores frequency patterns, and responds to emotion. Your body, 60% water, is a moving field of resonant intelligence. Ancient texts knew this. In Genesis, the spirit moved over the waters. In the Vedas, Apas and Akasha, water and ether, create the universe. In Taoism, water is the teacher, soft, adaptable, and unstoppable. Ether, the fifth element, is the invisible field that binds it all, called chi, prana, akasha, pneuma. It's the connective tissue of creation. Hydrogen is the spark, water is the signal, and ether is the network. Your blood is not just a carrier, it's a consciousness in motion. It delivers the language of your gut and hormones to every cell. When your blood is alkaline and oxygen-rich, it carries clarity, balance, and vitality. When it's acidic, due to stress, poor breathing, or dehydration, it carries noise, confusion, and fatigue. Think of your blood as a river. When it flows clean, every cell drinks truth. When it's stagnant, the mind grows murky. This is why breath is sacred. Each deep breath oxygenates your blood and lifts your vibration. So, breath in clarity, exhale in chaos. So take a deep breath. Visualize hydrogen atoms, the same that burn in stars, moving through your blood. Feel the connection between the cosmos and your body. Across civilizations, the same story is told. In Shinto, the kami lived in rivers and mountains, the spirit in all things. In Taoism, water is the Tao itself, gentle yet powerful. In Vedic philosophy, prana and apas bind body and cosmos in a rhythm of breath. In indigenous traditions, water is medicine, ceremony, and communication with the ancestors. In Egypt, Nun, the primeval water, births creation. In Greek thought, pneuma, breath, spirit, animates the cosmos and the soul. Every path says the body is a reflection of the universe, and the universe is a body in motion. We heal when we remember this unity. You like them red? I looked through a lot of different ones. I like to use a lot of the same ones, but I checked out some other ones, so I'm glad you guys are enjoying the visuals. GT asks, does the alignment of the solar system affect what emotions we experience, or does it enhance the state that we are already in? That's a good question. I think it's a little bit of both. Your comments are so philosophical, GT. I have to really think about them whenever I read them out loud. I enjoy the comments that you make in my chat. Universes are inhaled and exhaled by Vishnu. That's right, Red. I didn't add that in there. I'm glad you reminded me of that. So let's go back to this microcosm of the gut. Inside you lives a universe, trillions of microbes communicating through light, hydrogen, and vibration. During digestion, your gut bacteria produces hydrogen gas, a miniature version of stellar fusion. These tiny bursts of energy power your system, regulate your mood, and even shape your thoughts. The gut is your inner cosmos, so feed it well, with natural food, mineral water, slow breath, and gratitude. When you do, you create coherence, a harmony between heaven and earth, macrocosm and microcosm. So next time you eat, imagine that your meal is like starlight entering your inner universe. You're literally feeding your constellation of life. So the gut, the emotional soil of the body, inside you lives an entire ecosystem, a rainforest of bacteria, fungi, and cells working in harmony. Over 500 million neurons are down there, forming what scientists call the enteric nervous system, your second brain. When your gut is healthy, beneficial microbes produce serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, the very same chemicals your brain uses for mood, focus, and peace. This means your gut literally speaks the language of emotion. But here's the twist. When that inner ecosystem becomes imbalanced, when stress, processed food, or antibiotics disrupt it, tiny cracks appear in your gut lining. Toxins and inflammatory molecules start leaking into your bloodstream. And when they reach your brain, they whisper confusion. They fog your mind. They create the heaviness we call depression or the restlessness we call anxiety. So when you say, I feel off, your body might be saying, my soil needs tending. Your mood mirrors your microbiome. Every emotion has biology behind it. So now, if your gut is the soil, your hormones are the weather. They shift, they flow, they create the emotional climate inside of you. So like estrogen and progesterone, these influence serotonin and dopamine. When they swing, so does mood and sleep. Cortisol, the stress hormone, too much of it tears holes in your gut, in the lining, and tells your brain you're in danger even when you're safe. Thyroid and insulin, they govern energy, focus, and emotional steadiness. When these chemical weather patterns are chaotic, your emotional seasons become unpredictable. One moment bright, the next stormy. So healing your emotions isn't just about affirmations or mindsets. It's about tending to your internal climate, balancing the biological weather that your thoughts grow under. So let's go in a little bit deeper, because inflammation is not just physical, it's emotional fire. So when your gut leaks or your hormones spike, ketokines, tiny chemical messengers, enter the bloodstream and cross into the brain. They change how your brain makes dopamine and serotonin. Suddenly, you're unmotivated, tired, foggy, and you don't know why. But the truth, that emotional fog is your body's distress signal. Your sadness might be inflammation's voice. It's your body saying, cool the fire. How? Through nourishment, through nourishment, breath, and rest. Healing is not about silencing symptoms. It's about restoring harmony between your soil, your weather, and your river. So let's rebuild from these roots. With our nutrition, feed the good bacteria with fiber-rich foods, fermented vegetables, and mineral-dense hydration. And avoid inflammatory triggers like refined sugar, seed oils, alcohol, because they erode the soil. Nervous system regulation, meditation, slow breathing, humming, even gentle yoga. These activate the vagus nerve, the bridge between gut and brain. They tell your body you're safe now. So your sleep and circadian rhythm, your microbes and hormones are on the same clock you are. Expose your eyes to sunlight in the morning. Keep your evenings dim. It's like aligning your internal tides with the rhythm of the earth. Connection and joy, laughter, music, and love, oxytocin. The bonding hormone. It literally strengthens the gut barrier. And yes, your relationships heal your microbiome. So it's all connected. Good to see you, Mind's Eye. Haven't seen you in a bit. Glad you caught alive. Okay. So we're coming here toward, we're heading here towards the end of my presentation. So let's look back a little bit here, go over what we did in the stream today. When your gut is balanced, your hormones dance in rhythm. When your blood is oxygen rich, your mind glows with clarity. When your breath flows freely, your spirit feels safe in the body. This is the alchemy of health, the merging of biology and consciousness. You don't need to control your emotions, you just need to create the right inner environment for them to harmonize. Because peace is not found, it's cultivated. Your body is the garden, your blood is the river, and your mind is the flower. Tend the soil, balance the weather, keep the rivers flowing, and watch your consciousness bloom. When you balance these three, mind, body, and spirit, you re-enter the universal flow. Fear becomes wisdom, grief becomes courage, anger becomes compassion, worry becomes foresight, and joy becomes illumination. So right now, take one deep breath in. Visualize the breath traveling from the stars above your crown down to the base of your spine. As you exhale, feel it flow into the earth. You are the bridge between heaven and earth, between hydrogen and heart. From the smallest atom to the vastest galaxy, everything moves by the same law: vibration, polarity, rhythm, and resonance. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are the cosmos in human form. Hydrogen fuels your stars and your cells. Water carries your emotions and the rivers of the earth. Ether holds it all, mind, matter, and meaning. When you breathe with awareness, eat with reverence, and feel with compassion, you tune your inner body to the cosmic song. As above, so below. As within, so without. The light that shines in the stars is the same light that glows behind your eyes. Your body is somewhat mechanical and musical. Your blood is liquid light. Your breath is divine rhythm. Your thoughts are magnetic waves sculpting your reality. When you align with Earth's heartbeat and the cosmic field, you don't just feel better, you become coherent with creation itself. So tonight, as you close your eyes, remember the Schumann resonance hums beneath your feet. Your cells sing in frequencies of light, and God's mathematics are written in your very own DNA. You are the bridge between matter and spirit, between sound and silence, between your thought and divine intelligence. You are the living word, spoken into form. So as we bring it all together, you are not separate from the frequencies all around you. You are frequency. Your frequency embodied. Your heart, brain, and gut are oscillating instruments. Your blood resonates with solar magnetism. Your nervous system hums in the same frequencies as the planet's electromagnetic field. When you chant, when you drum, when you simply listen, you're tuning your internal orchestra to cosmic rhythm. And when your inner music is coherent, your mind clears, emotions balance, creativity flows, and intuition sharpens. That's what it means to live in synchrony. Sound is not a weapon, it's a bridge between your biology and the cosmos. Use it with awareness, and you become the conductor of your own energy field. You are made of starlight, tuned by magnetism, and held in rhythm by the same cosmic music that formed galaxies. When you walk in harmony with that, every heartbeat is holy, every word is a wave of creation, and every silence is the space where God breathes through you. Dogma divides, rhythm unites. When you listen, and truly listen, you can feel the pulse of everything. The hum beneath the noise, the breath between the arguments. That's where truth lives, not in words, but in resonance. So next time someone challenges your beliefs, instead of defending, breathe. Listen for the pattern beneath the conversation and ask yourself, am I reacting or am I resonating? Because freedom doesn't come from being right. It comes from being in tune. And when you are in tune, the mind softens, the body heals, the soul remembers, and you return not to dogma, but to harmony. If this resonated with you literally or energetically, Take this week to ground, breathe, and to listen. Turn off the noise, walk in silence, and sing a little more, because every time you align your inner field with the Earth's, you amplify harmony in the collective field we all share. That's not just personal healing, that's planetary coherence. So until next time, I hope you all are doing well tonight. Stay safe and be blessed. Let's say goodnight to the chat. GT says, damn, you are the cosmos. That's deep. Psychologically, I know this to be true. I wish to consciously experience this one day. Well, take some of my advice and just sit back and relax and get yourself in tuned, and it'll come to you. It did to me, that's for sure. Om is ohms. Let's see here. Great words, Pixel. Thank you, Red. Thank you, Miss Cynthia. All right, I guess. Well, I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you for being patient and listening in on what I had to say. Take care, everybody. Stay safe and be blessed. Until next time, good night.